Hello everyone, we are students of IMI New Delhi and we will discuss about the innovation in the business and how we can gauge and bring out the maximum from our resources which we are applying to innovate using the innovation audit framework. So we'll start with a brief introduction about what is innovation and about the framework we should apply while analyzing the innovation for a company. After that, we will take a live example from the industry and we will apply the innovation framework on that company. So what is the innovation? Is it a new product or new service or the commercialization? Innovation is the process of creating value by applying novel solutions to meaningful problems. Innovation is the practical implementation of ideas that result in the introduction of new goods or services or improvement in offering goods or services. But how we can imply that we are going in the right direction and applying the resources effectively and efficiently? Then the innovation audit framework comes into the picture. So innovation audit framework is a framework used to measure the level and progress of relevant innovation in an organization. It captures the nature, type, and scale of innovation happening in an organization. It is a way to understand that how your organization is managing the innovation level and recognizing which parts of the funnel are working and where the more effort is needed. An innovation audit is a crucial step for an organization. The purpose of the audit framework is to understand the innovation process and to avoid the initiating and executing expenses and potentially unhelpful strategies and programs. Looking internally at how your organization is functioning in terms of innovation is one of the best ways to avoid wasting money and time on and frustrating employees. So as you can see on your screen, there are three axes, including type of innovation, nature of innovation, and locus of innovation. And each axis has top-down approach and multiple classifications.
And now we are going to discuss the three axes of audit framework. First one is the types of innovation. There are 9 types of innovation. The first one is the design and marketing. This innovation is new ways in which an organization creates, delivers, and captures value. The next two innovations are the product and services innovations, where they are creating new products or services or improving the existing products or services by generating a new customer value so as to differentiate its products or services from its competitors. Then market or customer channel innovation is creating new channel between market and customer. Technology innovation is the new or improved product or process whose technological characteristics are significantly different from before. Next is the process innovation, which is the implementation of a new and significantly improved production or delivery method on the business activity. And the management innovation is where management develops new way of doing their tasks efficiently. Business model innovation means the implementation of new business model to maximize their revenue or profit. And finally, industry innovation is a new type of industry is established in the market. The next axis is the nature of innovation. First one is the disruptive innovation, where new employment or new capital markets are introduced and disruptive technologies are introduced, displacing existing companies or industries. Sustaining innovation is where the development of new materials, spaces, products, and services in response to social, environmental, or sustainability concerns occurs. Efficiency innovation is the nature of innovation which aims at improving the cost efficiency by following more from less policy. Last one is the locus of innovation, which basically means that it is the place where innovation happens or the center of innovation. In the locus of innovation, the first one is the small teams, which is a group of people, basically, for example, the research group of a company working to make innovative ideas. Then the next one is the projects. Projects are taken up by some company or organization which later ends in innovation. The organization innovation is the innovation on organization wide basis and brings change in the entire organization. And the final one is the business ecosystem, which means the industry wide innovation.
Combination of the words financial and technology is a relatively new term. It applies to any emerging technology that helps consumers or financial institutions deliver financial services in newer, faster ways than was traditionally available. Everything from a customer's ability to go online and see their financial transactions to apps that allow one to pay friends to tools that allow financial institutions to make quick lending decisions are all part of the evolution of financial services. The ability for investors to do their own research, choose stocks, and see their portfolio performance in real time is also an example of fintech in action. Fintech is empowering consumers to take charge of their financial lives, leading to much greater financial literacy than ever before. It's tearing down the old silos and helping to advance the consumer's financial situation and outcomes by leveraging advanced technology. Digital lending and credit, mobile banking, mobile payments, cryptocurrency and blockchain, insurance and trading are all enabled by fintech. Paytm or Pay Through Money is an Indian multinational technology company that specializes in digital wallet, e-commerce payment system, and financial technology company. It was founded by Mr. Vijay Shekhar Sharma in 2009. In 2010, it was focused on mobile and DTH recharge. By 2012, it expanded into new marketplace and executed payment banks in 2017. Moving on to a few examples that involve innovation in Paytm. Very first being going beyond India. The type of innovation being market or customer channel, nature of innovation being efficiency, and locus of innovation being project. Now, Paytm has been looking for opportunities to use its technology to address problems outside India. Japan is a larger economy with a lot of consumer spending, but around 87% of the retail transactions in Japan were happening via cash. The company partnered with Japan SoftBank and Yahoo Japan and launched a new digital payment system, PayPay. After the launch of this particular system, a lot of potential was also seen in Canada, where they developed a consumer app. Paytm is now focused on creating more value for its customer by investing in merchant acquiring capabilities. They test and develop many of their investments into new technologies in their lab in Canada. Another example being credit worthiness, the type of innovation being service, nature of innovation being sustainable, and locus of innovation being business ecosystem. Paytm does not just focus on selling products to users. It also focuses on achieving their own goals. Small businesses and merchants often lack reliable records and credit history. Paytm, with the help of its technology, offers reliable records and maintains day-to-day cash flows, customers, and daily balance sheets as well. This aids the business to establish their credit worthiness. They further can coordinate with a bank and they'll be willing to work with, and the business based on the data they collect. This proves their credit worthiness and also potential customers for the bank. And this way, Paytm's technology can be leveraged.
Now moving towards the third example of our presentation, that is the Paytm mobile top-ups. It is a service type of innovation having a disruptive nature, and the locus of innovation is the small groups. Paytm in the starting solved the major issue for Indian consumer of prepaid mobile top-ups. Paytm allowed customer to top their account up instantly on their phone rather than going to a store, buying a top-up card, and struggling with the extraordinary long password that allowed it to build brand awareness and a loyal consumer. Moving towards our next example, that is the Paytm wallet. Technology being the type of innovation, disruption being the nature of innovation, and organization being the locus of innovation. When the company was founded, the vast majority of Indian population had no access to formal banking service at all. Those that did not have bank account often struggled to use the instrument available to them. Less than 2% of population had a credit account. Cash and checks were the norm. The founders realized that the problem they could have solved. In 2014, the company introduced the Paytm wallet, allowing consumers to store money in their virtual account, meant that Indian consumer could now transact using digital money, noted the founders. It was a game changer in the industry. Moving towards the next example, that is the third party partnership. The type of innovation is business model, the nature of innovation is efficiency, and the locus of innovation is organization. Over the next few years after the Paytm was founded, Paytm added dozens of new cases for its technology. Paytm's mobile payment platform was for a time the only payment method accepted by Uber in India. It partnered with a wide range of transport, utility, and entertainment companies to create digital payment system. And it launched an e-marketplace where consumer can find almost any item or service available in India, often at a discounted rate. Users of Paytm app have access to a stunning array of goods and services at last count. The platform boosted more than 15 million merchants across more than 200 different categories of services, including movie tickets, food ordering, etc. Many of those categories involve what is traditionally seen as financial services. For example, Paytm offered customers the ability to ensure a wide range of purchases, including bus trip and movie reservation. It has a factorization asset ownership product that allow customer to pay as little as 1 rupee for a fraction of a stock or asset.
So our next example will be Paytm loan services, where the type of innovation is services, the nature is efficiency, and the locus for innovation is projects. Last year, Paytm's market share among the e-payment companies was 26%. Paytm is now planning to explore new avenues. By 2020, Paytm plans to tap the loan market and disburse small loans to 500 million people. The Paytm Payment Bank was launched in May 2017, where a 5-member board committee has been formed to expand the physical presence of the payment banks. Paytm is also planning to give WhatsApp a run for their money by launching a chat app with more sophisticated features. Paytm acquired Shifu and Near.in to improve and strengthen its offline and online platform and enhance customer experience. Now moving towards the next example, it is Paytm's financial services, where the type is service, nature is sustainable, and locus is organization. So overcoming regulatory hurdles and receiving a payment bank status eventually allowed Paytm to gain more flexibility in the use of Paytm Cash, specifically in transferring money back into users' other bank accounts. This flexibility allowed several different use cases to be transacted on Paytm. This in turn allowed the Paytm platform to be stickier as Paytm encompassed all possible transactions. Soon, Paytm started offering other banking services, including a savings account and wealth management. While Paytm started with a simple digital transaction-based service that evolved into comprehensive online banking, traditional banks offered all services and are now moving online. It remains to be seen who will win. So our next example is Paytm Rapid Expansion, where the type of innovation is process, the nature for innovation is disruptive, and the locus for innovation is business ecosystem. After demonetization on 8 November 2016, the government of India announced the ban of all 500 and 1000 rupee notes. These notes represented 86% of the value of all notes in circulation. These notes had to be deposited at banks and exchanged for new notes. However, because of poor implementation, it was weeks and sometimes months before bank branches and ATMs had new notes available. Paytm exploited this situation perfectly. It used this situation to push physical stores from large supermarkets to small roadside vendors to download Paytm and use it as a form of payment. The day following demonetization, Paytm took out front page advertisements in all the leading newspapers, thanking the Prime Minister and urging people to use Paytm. The whole country was transacting on Paytm. Between November 10 and December 20 in 2016, Paytm added over 20 million new users. In fact, in the 2 week following demonetization, Paytm was seeing 7 million transactions per day, which is more than the combined daily usage of all Indian debit and credit cards.
The next example is Paytm Facilities. The innovation audit framework for Paytm Facilities is types of innovation is customer channel because it's a new channel through which services reach to the customer. And the nature of innovation is sustainable because the quality of existing services are improvised and more features are added. And the locus of innovation is business ecosystem, as whole business ecosystem is center of innovation. Paytm provides seamless transaction experience with reduced number of clicks. It also provides instantaneous refunds to customer accounts. Also reward them with desired bonuses in real time. Customers have facilities to shop through Pay with Paytm, and more than 1,500 leading merchants are associated with it. It have features like low transaction fee, secure transactions, and quick settlements. It has optimized pages for mobile, taking care of the complexities because of platforms, browsers, screen sizes, and types of internet connections, making it easier for their customers to pay on time. The next example is API banking. The innovation audit framework for API banking is the type of innovation is services, nature of innovation is efficiency, and the locus of innovation is small teams. API banking refers to a set of protocols that makes bank services available to other third-party companies via APIs. This helps both banks as well as the third parties companies to augment their complementary specialties and offerings more than they can provide to their customers by themselves. It is used to automate, digitize, and cash-intensive industry with automated accounting, transaction, and analytics. Yeah, that's it from our side. Thank you.